Namaskar friends, welcome to you all. Definitely you are among those few lucky ones who are listening to this video. The information I am going to give you in the next 100 odd videos is about the real practices of Sanatan Hindu Dharma, which have been lost, forgotten, discarded during the centuries of rule by the foreign invaders. This is also a consolidation of my studies, research, and experience of the last 50 years or so on ancient Indian texts. Friends, at the outset, I must say that today the minds of us all Indians, especially the educated Indians, have been so much influenced and transformed by the Western education system that it has become extremely difficult for us to even start to think in the Indian way. It is also obvious because our entire upbringing has been to emulate the West. We have been taught that being English is being superior. We have been taught that being English is being more knowledgeable. We have been taught that being English is being more cultured. Friends, we have been taught that Hindi is something inferior. It has been ingrained in our minds that being a Hindu is something we should be apologetic about. It has been ingrained in our minds that speaking pure Hindi is funny. It has been ingrained in our minds that if somebody is talking in Hindi, then by this very fact, that person is inferior and uneducated. We have been taught that Indian attire, Indian clothing is to be worn by the inferior villagers. It has been ingrained in our minds that if we adopt anything Western, whether it is good or bad, we are modern minded. Friends, we have been taught that reading a Bible or Quran is being more educated. But reading our own ancient Indian texts is a big no no. We avoid them. We have been taught that what is given in our ancient Indian texts are fantastic stories written by very imaginative people, which have been written out of the thin air and which are without any substance. We have been taught that reading and following our own ancient texts is moving backwards by centuries. It has been ingrained in our minds that if we talk about gods, then we are acting highly backwards. Friends, we have been told that what is being taught in the schools and universities today is the ultimate knowledge the world has, and there is nothing beyond it. Friends, we have been taught that whatever knowledge of engineering and medicine there is, it is what the West has discovered, and there is nothing beyond that knowledge. I was also, friends, brought up in with the similar mindset, which I have just described. I studied in an English medium school. I studied electrical and electronics engineering from a premier institution. And I have expertise in electrical and electronic product design and have successfully developed more than 350 different products during my professional life as a business person and successfully marketed and sold huge quantities of the products. I also learned embedded systems and their applications using latest software techniques. But friends, at the same time, I also always had a penchant for studying ancient Indian texts as well. So when I started with my engineering studies in 1973, around the same time I also started studying ancient Indian texts. And then when I started to work, I used to keep buying ancient Indian texts and studied them whenever I could. Friends, just like most of you people must have, I have also gone through some very good times professionally, but also some very rough times. And definitely, it is during the rough times that I started to take help from ancient Indian knowledge. Friends, it was not just amazing but astounding and bewildering to see as to how much ancient Indian knowledge is not just practical but immensely powerful. How it transformed my life from a state of near total collapse to achieving what I always wanted in my life. Right from after my marriage, both me and my wife were very religious. We performed all possible rituals and prayers during the festival. I was a staunch devotee myself. But even with all these prayers and rituals, problems did come into my life. And that too, not in a small way, but in a very big and serious way. At the age of 44 years, I was detected with carcinoma of tongue, the tongue cancer. That and the market conditions also led to the collapse of my flourishing business. It was at this time that I also realized the importance of a guru. Although I was very devout, I read many religious books and I tried practicing from the books. I used to visit temples regularly. I had been to almost all the pilgrimages in North and South India. I visited many Babas, but still problems did come into my life. My life changed only after I took Guru Diksha. Friends, tears roll down my eyes when I remember the day when I first went to my Guru's ashram in New Delhi. That was the day, and today is the day I have never had to regret. I have only seen better and better times, and then onwards. While when I first went to my Guru's ashram in 2006 in New Delhi, I was not even able to spell out my problems. But in the next 6 months' time, when I visited the ashram again, I told my Guru to bless me so I can bring this grand knowledge to the world. That was February of 2007, and today is 2023. And I am today really bringing this knowledge to the world. Not only I achieved whatever I wanted in business, but today I have got an understanding of our ancient knowledge and I am bringing this to you all, to the world, so that you all and the world can benefit. Friends, my pursuit and research into ancient Indian texts continued with added fervor. I analyzed each and every step I took. I analyzed each and every book I had read, both in engineering and ancient texts. I studied modern scientific advancements that have been happening from time to time. I analyzed each and every sadhana I did. I analyzed each and every of my Guru's sermons, and today here I am. With the blessings of my Guru, I am bringing this fathomless knowledge to the world. Friends, never do a thing without understanding it first. I also delved deep into the text, understood and applied the principles in real life, understood its intricacies, the whys, how, and what of all techniques, understood the scientific basis of all practices, understood the connections between modern scientific research and ancient theories. Then, after extensive research, trials in real life, I am bringing this knowledge to you. Friends, this knowledge which I am going to bring to you is not run-of-the-mill videos available on YouTube. This is the knowledge which is going to transform lives of not just you, but your entire family. Yes, friends, this is the power of this knowledge. And this knowledge I am bringing to you is not just philosophy, like what most gurus are giving on the internet. This is real, practical knowledge of Sanatan Dharma in real life. Friends, almost all gurus that you see on the internet, you will find will be donning big tilaks, saffron clothes, wearing many beads and malas, or would be bearded. They would invariably be clad in kurta, pajama, or dhoti. But you will find me different from others. And yes, to understand and use this knowledge, you need not change your attire. Yes, when you are performing certain sadhanas or anushtans, at that time, yes, you will need certain special attire. But in your daily normal day-to-day life, you need not don saffron clothes and beads. Living within this practical, normal day-to-day world, you can live with normal attire. It is not that knowledge comes to you only when you don a particular attire or clothing. Also, there is a mob tendency these days. People throng to the Babas who perform miracles or chamatkars. Yes, there are many Babas who are performing miracles, such as telling personal details of people. There are Babas who will produce fruits from thin air, and so on. And people will throng to them with the idea that they will solve their life's problems. But has any Baba told you how to perform miracles? Has any Baba told you how to solve your problems yourself? Has any English speaking saffron clad guru sitting in the USA told you about how you can solve your life problems step by step? What I am going to tell you is how, if you follow certain steps and certain rules, you can transform your life for the better. You can yourself perform miracles in your life, and not just one or two miracles. Anyone can develop powers and perform miracles, many miracles in your lifetime. You can perform even greater miracles than what the Babas of today you see are performing. This knowledge which I am going to tell you is such. But friends, the ultimate aim of life is not performing miracles, but to continuously transform your life for the better and towards a higher spiritual level. As you shall proceed upon the path, you will realize that all this miracle business is something not very great. You will realize higher goals of spiritual enlightenment. Achieving possession of physical objects will become something very frivolous in your life. You will yourself look towards higher realms. Friends, living in today's modern life, going through your present modern professions, living and working in today's world of microprocessors, microchips, and computers, living in today's world when India has landed on the moon, when we are traveling between the planets, in today's time when we can look into deep space, living in today's time when we can possibly fabricate any conceivable molecule in our labs, when we can instantly communicate with anybody anywhere on earth. Yes, friends, in this modern era of computers, rockets, and modern medicine, and also artificial intelligence and mobile phones, in today's times, this knowledge is as much practical, as much applicable as it was ever. This ancient Indian knowledge shall lead to the next big revolution on earth. This knowledge is above all the money a person can have, because this knowledge solves problems which cannot be solved by any amount of money. But then you will have to start with a clean state of mind. No prior notions, no beliefs, no prejudices, no preconditions, no assumptions. For Hindus, it would be easier to understand the concepts. We shall be giving more introductory details in our next video. Therefore, friends, if you really want to solve problems in life, if you really want to boost your thinking, if you really want to succeed professionally, whichever profession you might be in, If you really want to understand spirituality and its application and use in real life today, if you really want to perform miracles in your own life, very much by yourself, if you want fulfillment in your life, then continue to watch our videos and do watch all the videos in full. Please also like, subscribe and press the bell icon.